My name is Mariana Santiago, and welcome to my podcast. Is Mariana making sense? You decide. So the first episode, I decided to call it I Am No One, but I Have a Story to Tell. So first of all, I want to thank you for being here, and I want to let you know that this is an open space where you can send me suggestions, make questions, tell me what you want me to talk about, and imagine this like a casual, like super casual conversation where you and I can talk about whatever. And that's the idea. And you might be asking, why is this crazy person telling me about a podcast? Because this crazy person, and yes, I've been called crazy my entire life since I was like very little. And it's because I've thought my entire life that my mission in life is to add value to this society. I feel like our society is a bit like fucked up, and I feel like I can add value. Again, I may be crazy like everyone has told me my entire life. So who am I? I come from Venezuela. I am Latina, that Latina flavor. And I can tell you that my culture, it's pretty amazing. It's all about fun, but it could be very tough as well. We tend to criticize people since we are very young, and it's hard to live in a society like that. I feel like that's something that you don't see in North America, so it might be brand new for you. But yeah, we're fun. Don't forget that. Latin Americans are fun, a lot of fun. And we know how to dance. So who am I? I've been different my entire life. Since I was little, I've been criticized for everything that I did. It didn't matter if it was good or bad or anything. They would criticize me, my family, my friends. So at a very early age, I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'll do whatever I want, whatever makes me happy, and whatever fulfills me. Because if I'm going to be criticized anyways, fuck it. Why am I satisfying a society that it's always criticizing me? So for some reason, and I guess it goes along those lines, I always have had my brain wired in a way that I'm always looking for how to be happy, even though if I had a crappy day. A lot of people know me for being a person that it's always like with a smile on her face, feel like full with energy, always happy. And sometimes they come to me and they're like, Mariana, how are you so happy all the time? How are you so with so much energy? And my secret is it's because it's me. No, I'm just kidding. It's because I've always, and I think I do it now in automatic mode, I've always found a way that if I woke up in a very bad mood, I try to find different things in my life that are in my control that can make me happy. I think being little, I was forced to do that. Now it comes automatic, and that's automatically, and that's one of the tips that I want to give to you in this podcast. And we can share our experiences and how we can be better people, happy 24/7, and be a better human. I feel like that would make things so much easier. The main thing that I would say to you is, do not pay attention to society. Do not pay attention to what people say to you. It doesn't matter. What matters here, it's what you think of yourself, what I think about myself, because the person suffering, enjoying, whatever happens in our lives, it's us. It's us, nobody else. So if they're talking great things or shit about us, very good, because that means that we are important to them. So it doesn't matter. It does not matter what they say. We cannot let any comment affect us, and that is key to live a happy life. And I feel you gotta do whatever fulfills you. You gotta do whatever makes you happy. You gotta do, and yeah, sometimes in life we are in situations where we have to do whatever makes the other person happy. But I think we always reach that point, especially in adult age, to make the decision to say, you know what, stop it. This is where I put my foot, and I will do what makes me happy. And you will see a Mariana completely honest and communicative, or like a person that communicates a lot, and how she feels, her stories, and it will be vulnerable for sure. And I feel like this is something that we can all learn. I'm learning every day, day by day. So I feel like you can do it too with this podcast. And I want to just share a bit of my happiness, a bit of my good vibes, a bit of my Latin good side to you, and give you a little bit, like a few tips on how we can be better people. I'm still learning. Don't you think that I'm like an expert here? Not at all. So I found definition, funny enough, on Urban Dictionary. That's usually where I go to find words that are slangs that I don't understand. That's where I go. So I would never thought that I would find this description on that dictionary. So a good person is a person who fulfills the following three criteria: enjoys a happy, satisfying, and fulfilling life within their ability. That is impressive. The ability, it's key here. Promotes happy, satisfying, and fulfilling lives for those that they care about within their ability. Oh my God. Does not prevent others from living happy, satisfying, and fulfilling lives within their ability, but also within reason. And I think sometimes we look out and we are always comparing ourselves to what's going to, like, happening in their lives or what's going on with them. And the fact is, and I always say it, if you're going to compare with someone, compare to your old self or your past self, not other people. And that's what I find amazing about this concept. It's that within your ability and within reason, because everyone's lives is different and everyone's world, present or circumstances are different. So I think that's key, and sometimes we tend to forget that. So the why of this podcast, you may be asking, why is this crazy person, I told you I was crazy from the beginning, is doing this podcast? Because I want to talk about the obvious. I want to talk about what it's not being spoken anymore. The things that we were taught when we were little, but because we're so busy all the time, we tend to forget. I want to show, and it's also that I'm working on, it's something that I'm working on, it's that every action that we take towards somebody else, it has an effect on them. And sometimes we tend to assume that however I talk to that person, they will take it this way because that's how I think it would be. But in reality, we don't know what's going on in people's lives. They don't know what's going on in our lives, and we don't know what's going on in theirs. So I feel like we have to be very mindful that every action that we do, we take, it affects other people differently. So I want to invite you to stop a little bit of that busyness in our life, like work, family, courses, studies, whatever you have to do, is stop for a second and be more mindful, to look more inside and not outside. I know our bodies are built into, our eyes are looking at outside, we're not like looking at our brains. Good thing that it's not happening. And we are designed to look what's going on outside, but that's what they say about people, right? Like, people are mirrors. They say that people teach us different lessons in life, and I think that's true. But don't worry. I will not send you to do meditation, manifestation, your vision board, write your thankfuls in the morning, write your affirmations on your mirror. I do all that because I'm in like a serious growth here. But this is not what I'm going to tell you to do, because what I want to share here, and for you, for me, for everyone around us, is that to be a better person, a better human, and to add some value to this society that, again, it's so hard to live in nowadays. It's so easy and so simple. So yeah, we gotta look inside. If we had a bad day, why are we having a bad day? Like, what is the reason of why we are in a bad mood? Why would be snapping to another person because we just want to? Like, it makes no sense. So that's what this podcast is about, to an invitation to look inside more than outside, and don't blame the outside world for what is going on with us, but just to be to know that we can fix our problems like this, and we can take little actions in order to turn a bad morning into a beautiful day. And yeah, I mean, it's easy, believe me. It's super easy, and sometimes it only takes a deep breath. Okay, slower, but yeah. So you decide after all of this yaba yaba, or like blah blah blah, or how do you say it in English? Blah 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 blah. I think it goes like that. You decide if I make any sense or not, and if it doesn't make any sense to you. I told you it's crazy from the beginning, and everyone thinks that. So why would you think anything differently? But I mean, if you do think that it resonates with you, that you're familiar with the topics that I'm talking about, I feel like you can share. You can tell your friends, your family, if you think this is something that somebody else should listen to, and you want to be filled with energy. If you're looking at me, I hope my smile, my Joker smile, I always call it, because it goes from like ear to ear, it contagious you with happiness and good vibes. And if you're just listening to me, I hope my voice filled with energy and good vibes and this Latin flavor brightens your day. So if you are down to listen to more, you can play next episode down below, or whatever on platform you're listening from. And if you want to do any suggestions, any comments, any questions, you can go to my Instagram. It's I will write it down below, and I'll put it on the title of my podcast, because I think if I say Ella es Marianita, it might be hard for some of you to spell out, but I will write it down below, I promise. And if not, Mariana191, which is my main Instagram account. Again, I'm an open book, and this is open for suggestions. So if you like it, go share. If you didn't like it, then I gave you a different point of view on certain things, so why not? Remember that one situation can be interpreted in so many different ways. The interpretation of one main thing could be so many, depending on what's going on in people's lives. And remember, each mind is an entire world. So thank you again for being here, and I love you, and share if you like. Bye. Mwah.